fellow Metamaniacs, Mike the Pied Piper here, and I'm here with another deck profile video. And this week I want to go over, I've been getting a lot of questions, and a lot of people have been asking, what are some really good decks that I could make that could be competitive? I mean, no deck's going to win all the time, but that can be competitive, that does not cost $5, $6, $7, $8, even $1,000. Like, we're talking a deck that you could use that is going to be competitive in environment, surprising to use, that isn't going to break the bank. So I wanted to go over a really unique deck, and it's a Beerus profile deck. I'm going to bring it up here. And the Beerus deck, this deck only costs $89.39 as of the recording of this video. So if you're going to buy these cards right now, $89.39. We're talking, this is about what you would spend on like a high-end board game. Maybe just a tad more. But this is a deck that is extremely fun to play, can be very competitive. I've actually won quite a few matches with this deck. And what's really, really nice is there's just something about beating someone who spent just $600, $700, $800 on all their cards, and you beat them with a deck that costs less than $100. So I kind of want to get into this deck and how it works. So let's bring this up here. So first, we have the Beerus Leader, which is one of my favorite leaders to use. When this leader actually came out, I loved it, ran the deck, so much fun. What I love about the Beerus Leader is, number one, its activate main to draw cards can be done on your first turn. You don't even need to attack. So what you could essentially do is, if your opponent's going to be slow playing, you could sit there and literally just sit there and draw a bunch of cards. Then the leader is, once per turn, you may choose a red or yellow card that is in your hand, put it in your drop area to draw 2 cards. So you're filtering the cards that you may not need right now to get the cards that you do need for future plays, which just, really increases the probability of getting your really good, like, God hand, because you're able to put cards in the drop area to draw 2 more. So, really good. When he awakens, which he awakens at 4, you get to untap 2 energy. So again, it just increases your plays even more. You're untapping those 2 energy. Then on his awakened side, he has 2 activate main or battles once per turn. So his first one is activate main once per turn, pay 1 red, 1 yellow, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and KO it. So you have direct battle card removal. Super simple, red, yellow, blow up one of their battle cards. Then you have his activate main, activate battle, which can be used on your turn and your opponent's turn. Once per turn, you can choose a red, yellow battle or a card that's in your drop area, battle card, and combo with it. You do not have to pay for the costs for this. So essentially, it's like a free 10k combo every turn, and that includes your turn and your opponent's turn. And it's really good to combo this with a lot of the arrival cards that we're running in this deck. So let's get into how the deck works. There are a lot of arrival cards that we run in this deck. So for example, we run King Vegeta and Vegeta's Royal Bloodline, arrival red-yellow. Again, this costs 1 yellow to, like, if you combo with a red-yellow card, you get to play 1 yellow energy, and you get to play this card from your hand. So you're essentially playing a 4-drop for 1 energy. And when you play this, you get to draw a card, and then you choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode with an energy cost 3 or less, and KO it. So you're playing a battle card for 20k, you're replacing said battle card by drawing a card, and then you get to blow up one of their rest mode 3 cost. So really, really solid card. Again, get to cheat it out for free, or get to cheat it out for like 1 energy. Same thing with Vegeta and Bulma's Joined by Fate, except this time it's a red energy. When you play this card, draw 1 card. So you're replenishing the card that you're playing, And then activate main for a red-yellow. Choose one of your yellow Saiyan cards with an energy cost of 3 and 20,000 power in your hand and play it. That goes perfectly with... Where is it here? Yep, right here. The Son Goku Dawn of Divinity. Which, this card, essentially now you can cheat out for the 2 energy with this Arrival card, where it's a critical 20k and then offering, which allows you to even draw more cards. Because more likely than not, your opponent is not going to crit their life, because they either got a crit a life or you get to draw 2 cards. So more likely than not, they're going to let you draw 2 cards, which allows you to get a whole bunch of cards into your hand. The next thing that we want to get into with the deck is I want to go over Whis' Godly Fundamentals. This is a really, really good card because you generally are going to want this in your drop area. So if you do draw this red card in your hand, you're going to use Beerus' effect to put this in your drop area. You can send this card from your drop area to your warp for free to choose choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 5k. What's really nice is it says choose up to 1 card in your life. So you could add a card in your life if you want to hurry up and awaken, so you've got that awaken control. Or you could choose no life and literally just minus 1 of your opponent's battle cards by 5k, which maybe they got like a pesky 1 drop, or you can actually use it with another card where you're minusing something 5k. So that's a really, really good card. The next thing that we like to run in the deck is we do run the SS4 Goku a Heartfelt Plea combo. So we do run SS4 Son Goku Saiyan Lineage. This is, again, just a really solid card. You play this, can cost 1 red, 1 yellow. When you play this card and then you activate Awaken, it gains the plus 10k, and then you draw 1 card, which allows you to turn around and play SS4 Son Goku a Heartfelt Plea, which is just a really powerful play. Allows you to play that triple striker early, especially if they're going to be aggressive towards you, and then you using these Whis Godly Fundamentals to awaken. You can play a very powerful triple striker very, very early in the game. There are other ways to play the SS4 Son Goku a Heartfelt Plea. What you could do is you could Arrival these cards, and you could turn around and play a Familiar Bonds, which we run 3 of these in the deck, which allows you to choose a red Saiyan card in your drop area that is 15,000 power or less and place it out into play. You could turn around and play Fearless Pan, which gives all of your red battle cards and leader Double Striker, plus 5k Double Striker, which now would give them the plus 5k that they could awaken with. So really, really good. You can also, when you use Familiar Bonds, I run 3 4-star balls in here. What you could do is when you have one of these Arrival cards out, is you could attack with it and then attack with your leader or attack with another card. Give this battle card the plus 5k from the 4-star ball, which would boot it up to that 25k, and then you can turn around and you could play SS4 Son Goku a Heartfelt Plea. Another way that we can get these 20k battle cards and get them up to that 25k so we could play our SS4 Son Goku a Heartfelt Plea is with Dependable Mom Bulma. And Dependable Mom Bulma is just a really good card to run in this deck because it is a 1-drop. You do tap it, and when you tap it, you draw 1, and then you choose one of your battle cards and gain plus 5k power. Again, boosting these cards. Yes, your opponent may attack and they may remove this card, but remember, it's done its job because now it's absorbing an attack. It's essentially a blocker, and you've already netted your 1k card and then boosted one of your battle cards 5k. If opponents do not take care of these 1-drops and leave them unchecked, you can get a whole bunch of cards in your hand extremely quickly. So I really do love running Dependable Mom Bulma in the deck. Then we have SS3 Goku, a 1-hit wonder, and the Mercenary Tau, Unequaled Assassin. These are just faster ways to get out your battle cards and get like flood your board with a bunch of battle cards where you could turn around and play a Fearless Pan and just go all in with a bunch of double strikers. This card, anytime you neg one of your opponent's battle cards, you get to play this card from your hand for free. And this one, if you have 3 battle cards that are currently out, you get to play this card from your hand for free, and it gains critical. So these two are really good, especially once you get a lot of your arrival cards out. And again, you're going to get those cards a lot easier in your hand with Beerus' power because you're putting a red card into your drop area. The next thing I do run is Almighty Resistance. This is just one of those kind of surprise cards where you attack with one of your leaders or your battle cards, or even your unison card, and your opponent turn around and counter. This is just a really solid red-yellow card. You pay 1 red, 1 yellow, and you choose a yellow card in your hand, so it could be any of your multicolors, and instantly negates the counterattack. So, especially if your opponent is relying on that negate, and then you're going to turn around and play this card, it can mean a lot of trouble for your opponent. So, the next card that I really enjoy playing with the deck is, I love this Absolute Defense Grade 8 King Vegeta. This is an extremely cheap card, but it's really, really good once you get this out. Because once this card gets out, you're gonna evolve it off King Vegeta and Vegeta's Royal Bloodline. And this King Vegeta, it does cost 2 yellow and 1 colorless, so you would be playing, you'd have to have 2 yellow and do your energy. But when you evolve this off the King Vegeta here, all of your yellow Saiyan cards, which most of this deck is yellow Saiyan cards, now gain barrier. And the even better part that I really love about this card, because of the defense ability, is reduce the combo cost of all Saiyan cards in your hand by 1. Well, that's most of your deck. I mean, right here's 3. Then we have 3 more here, so that's 6. We got 9. We got 4 here, so that's 13. We got 3 here, that's 16. Right there is 16 cards that you can essentially combo for free that are 10k. So you get this played, and you got a bunch of cards into your hand, which you're going to with Beerus' power, offering, and like all the arrival stuff. You can really go defensive really quick. I do run 2 Beerus No Holds Barred. You could run more in here. I only run the 2 because it doesn't pair too well with the Absolute Defense Grade 8 Vegeta, because Beerus isn't a Saiyan. However, this is just a really, really solid card, especially endgame when your opponent's going to go in with their big attacker. You could turn around and this one choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 30,000 power or less and KO it. So essentially what you could do is, even if it's a 40k attacker, you could use your super combo, neg it by 10, and then turn around and play this card. Also, keep in mind with Beerus' Activate Battle, you get to combo a red-yellow battle card from your drop area for free. So you don't even need to combo with a super combo. You can just turn around, do that for free, and then play this to do the arrival. Now you have a 25k on field, which then you just blew up one of their 30k battle cards, which again also combos well with the SS4 Son Goku Heartfelt Plea, because it is indeed a red battle card that is 25k or more. So really, really good there. I do run 3 of the Unison Sin Shenron Unison of Calamity. Just again, you get this card out. It's even more control over the field, because now your red cards can attack your opponent's battle cards in active mode. So all of your arrival stuff, your SS4 Heartfelt Plea, your Beerus, these are all red cards along with being yellow, but red is what matters here with the Unison Leader. And then also you have the +1, choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards and they get negative 15,000 power for the turn, which again combos extremely well with the SS3 Goku One-Hit Wonder, and you're wiping their board. So if they don't have a bunch of battle cards to attack you with because you're wiping their board, because you're negging everything, it's going to mean a lot more where you're going to be able to defense with the Absolute Defense Grade 8 King Vegeta. Like, you're gaining control of the board. I do run the negate after image technique, just a really solid negate. You're going to get the Sparking 5, and also this is another negate that actually pairs really well with the SS4 Son Goku Heartfelt Plea. So you could essentially use this negate, even if your opponent is attacking your leader. You could use this negate on your turn, give one of your, because it says you get to choose one of your cards and it gets plus 40,000 power for the duration of the battle. You could essentially use this, buff up one of these guys to get it above that 25k, and then turn around and play SS4 Son Goku, a Heartfelt Plea from your hand, which again has Offering, which gets you even more cards into your hand. So this is the deck. The SCR I do run is Shin Shenron, before I forget. The reason why I like Shin Shenron with this deck is, number one, it only essentially is going to cost 1 yellow energy, the minimum, or at the minimum, or the most is going to cost 1 yellow energy, because it has the 1 yellow dot on there. You're going to lay one of your multicolor energies into your energy, so you're going to have that yellow energy. Also, you have quite a few 1-drops in here. You have the After Image Technique, you have Dependable Mom Bulma, you have the Whis' Godly Fundamentals that are really going to reduce the cost of this. And with you putting a lot of cards in your drop area due to Beerus' Furious Strike, playing this card is late game can be a lot of trouble for your opponent, because now it's a blocker they're going to have to deal with. And if they've already used a lot of their resources, it's going to be extremely hard for them to overcome this, because it is ultimate, deflect, and blocker. And every time you activate blocker, it loses minus 5k, but it gets to keep going in active mode. So extremely, really solid with this deck. It's a cheap SCR to run. And again, I mean, this deck essentially only costs, so if you wanted to build this deck for your friend, or, maybe your friend, your girlfriend, your wife, you wanted to get them into the game, here's a really cheap way to do it. Like, this deck only costs $90 if you're going to buy all these cards. Like, less than $100 to get someone in the game with a solid deck. Again, with this deck, I've beaten a lot of, not every deck, but I mean, this is a really good deck that can surprise a lot of people, that can be actually quite competitive. So I do encourage you, let me put it back to the video here. I do encourage you to play around with this deck a little bit. There may be some other cards that you could add or remove from this deck, but this is, again, a lot of people are saying that you need to spend $8,000-$9,000. You need to have these high-end SCR cards or SR cards in order to be competitive. And that's absolutely not true. If you wanted to get into this game and you really wanted to, learn a deck, modify it to your play style, sure, you could get some expensive cards, but again, getting into the game, you want to win some matches, you want a really good fun deck to play. This deck costs less than $100. Like, $100, you could easily get into the game and have a whole bunch of fun doing it. So I want to say thank you so much for our Patreon supporters. For those that don't want to be listed, but I want to say thank you to Trent from Tac Games and Renee. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And then also for those that haven't been mentioned. And if you guys are really interested in these videos, just let us know, because we love doing these, like the deck profile videos, kind of some of the cheaper budget builds that you can do. I know my set 2 Zamasu deck that I run did extremely well. It's a blue-yellow set 2 Zamasu deck, and that deck costs less than $100 and just does extremely well in the meta. Because all these aggressive decks, they get me down to that 2 life, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, they got to do 8 more life. So, alright, fellow Metamaniacs, well, I will talk to you later. If you have a deck profile video you'd love for me to do, just reach out to me, let me know, send me a message either on the YouTube channel. You can reach us out at the Metamaniacs, or even in the Dragon Ball Super Community room as well. So, but hey, your wish has been granted, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.